part of your story, but there's no better way to tell it than when you tell it yourself. Were there any difficult moments? Difficult, I mean, family, they've paid fees, go to university, go and study. You've come back, you say you want to do music. I remember in my house, they used to call me concert boy. They didn't like it. They wanted me to be a lawyer. But well, we give glory to God. What were some of the most difficult moments that you encountered on this journey?
So we all know that recently, right?
Yeah.
It's recently that some of these jobs have become cool. Like 10 years ago, how dare you tell your father or your mother that you want to be a photographer?
Hmm.
You want to be a footballer?
Hmm.
You want to sing? Eh, you know they respect you.
Opeso Boban.
Career days in school, when they say dress like what you want to be, we all go dress like some doctor and some things,
True.
to impress the parents. But deep down, we knew this is what we've always wanted to do. I mean, when I started singing in church, at that time it was a hobby, around 12 years. So of course, my mom was, supportive. She comes to the church, she come and spray money on me, and my son can sing. Yeah, cool, cool, cool. But then I remember in high school, just before we wrote Wasi, she started frowning upon, because in high school I used to do both music and then athletics. So she would say, Charlie, now it's not just music. Athletics is also taking your attention from the books, and I want you to go to uni, so you have to study hard. So put one aside. She didn't say I should stop. She said put one aside. So when you go to uni, you can pick up with. So I didn't listen. Obviously, I did what I wanted to do. I still passed. Thank God. Went to
Amen.
uni, started doing athletics and music still in uni. But I remember in my final year of uni, they called a family meeting.
Uh-huh.
And then they were like, yeah, we've allowed you your whole life to do the music, and yeah, whatever, whatever. But right now, life is about to get serious. When you finish uni, national, I was like, I want to do national service. He said, hey, you won't do what? You don't. Hmm. So obviously there was I mean, I understand where they were coming from, a place of concern.
Yeah.
They've paid school fees their whole life. Now you're about to finish uni and
And
start your
become a
life.
liability
Yeah.
again.
So they don't want you to now come and be asking them for money. You
Exactly.
get me? So it became a thing. Like, I was a bit in a dark space because I knew this is what I wanted to do. But then the family is also concerned about my future. And then when they go out to public, sometimes they see all these veteran musicians who are now old, and then there is nothing really happening for them. So it scared them as parents. They always say, Charlie, we don't want this to be your future.
Yeah.
And I told them, literally, George, I had to like, when
Convince
everything
them.
was over, I had to call another family meeting by myself
Yeah.
and cry. I don't lie to you. I
Wow.
cried. That was my
Wow.
small way of, getting my way. I cried
Wow.
to them. I'm like, hey, if they want, that time I had some punk, I'll cut my hair and wear suits because they want me to be in an office and wear suits. I'll do it, and I'll never be happy in my life.
Hmm.
There's some semantics, some
Yeah.
small dramatics, and they say, okay, 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 fine. We give you 1 year to do your music. After 1 year, I think that time was during when I was doing my national service.
Yeah.
After 1 year, if we don't see anything happening for you, we beg. You are going back to school. Go and
Exactly.
do your masters and get a good job and sit in the office. I was like, hey, 1 year. So that 1 year for me was do or die. Like it had to work. That 1 year, if it not happen for me, means Charlie, this is not life is not a movie. This one is happening reality. So during that 1 year, God being so good, Richie taught me how to produce. So that's why I started experiments. Like after work, I'll close work around 5, go to the studio, be there like till midnight, trying to experiment with beat
This
making
was
and all of
after Hitmaker?
yeah, after
Okay.
Hitmaker. During Hitmaker was my final year.
Yeah.
So after that one
Yeah.
year,
Yeah.
I was like going to the studio after work, trying to experiment on beats, and then boom, Say You Love Me dropped. And Charlie, when I go to the office, now they are treating me different in the office. Hey, Charlie, boy, you become a star. And when
Yeah,
they treat
man.
me out there, hey, if you don't treat me, I'll become a star, bro. And then Other dropped. And I was
Yeah.
like, God, that is for me. Now when I go
Exactly.
home, there you see the
There's,
level
there's,
change.
there's respect.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, our boy is a star, like you get me. So I knew that 1 year it had to happen. And shouts to my family for the support, because if it wasn't for them, like I won't be here today.